Okay, hello and welcome to another edition of Quick Draw with Matt Hawes here on The Happy Show. And I'm your host, Matt Hawes. And what we're doing right now is I'm starting up a sketch of Batman here. We decided to go with, well, when I say we, I mean me. I decided to go with a full body sketch of Batman instead of doing a dramatic pose or whatever. What you're seeing here is me working out the details of the body, you know, and all, because I'm not bothering to sketch this out in pencil outline or anything like I did in the past show that I did. This one I'm just going straight from the pen. So what you see here is me creating as I go along. And originally, like I said, I was going to do dramatic pose, but I decided not to mess with that. I just wanted to just do a pretty straightforward Batman. And in fact, I'm decided this time I was going to go with a fairly modern kind of look, which is almost a throwback in some ways to an older look, because this one won't have the yellow oval that's on his chest. It will have just a full bat symbol. And I'm doing the pouch belt rather than the capsule belt. If you're familiar with the comic books, you might know what I'm talking about there. Anyway, this what I'm doing, like I said, is just working it out right now, just getting the basic form of the character. And a lot of times, you know, that would be done in the penciling process. But like I said, since I'm not worrying about the penciling process here, I'm just going straight forward with the ink and you know, just seeing what comes out. It's always kind of intimidating, I guess, of sorts, whenever, you know, they say with writing and with, I guess, art both, one of the greatest fears is facing a blank page. And you know, I had different ideas how I want to handle this, so it was just a matter of which way would I go with it. And I decided, like I said, just to go ahead and do a straightforward pose here. You know, because I wasn't sure, you know, should I make it more dramatic or whatever. But for quick draw, like I said, I just want to make it simple to go by. One thing that will happen a lot of times when I'm doing something like this is I go back over different areas which I've already drawn, and for whatever reason I wasn't satisfied at the moment. And sometimes I think I'd make a good choice to go back over it, and sometimes I think I was perhaps overthinking it or something. Because like when I was watching this earlier, you know, the playback of the film, there's a few, you know, things that I did that I thought, well, I don't know if I would have done it if I had really thought about it. You know, went over and reworked something. Basically, right now what I'm trying to do is the shading on the cape there, underneath the neck and all. Trying to determine a light source. I wasn't thinking too heavily on that, but since this is just for fun and just as a quick one, but I kind of want to get an idea of what the light was, where the light was coming from, and which way the shadows would cast, at least a little bit. Now you'll notice on here, I didn't draw, or you know, an outline for a cape before I actually start, you know, drawing the cape. In other words, I did the body itself, and then I start adding upon that. And since this isn't penciled, it's not as easy to correct mistakes if I make a mistake. So basically, I'm just ignoring the fact that, you know, you can see the lines through, you know, through the cape from underneath where his shoulder is and everything else. I'm just go ahead and you know, it won't really matter in the finished product, especially since the finished product isn't meant for publication purposes anyway. But yeah, you know, if I, just like I said before when I did a Wolverine sketch, if I was going to do this for publication or whatever, I would I would take a lot more time than I am here, and it would look a lot nicer, hopefully. But I'm hoping this does the trick. I'm hoping it looks fine enough for what we got here. Decided to stick again with superheroes because it's my favorite comic book subject. So sue me, I like them. But I decided to go with that again for this theme. Later themes, I might actually try something different. I was going to try, for a Halloween theme, I was going to try more like a kind of monster theme, but I didn't end up doing a Halloween monster or anything on that show. I just, instead of doing a quick draw, I just kind of went ahead with other segments. In fact, I plan to make this the second quick draw on the Happy Show, and I plan to make some more in the future. Okay, there's the bat insignia I was talking about. Basically, what I'm doing is I'm doing the full bat symbol, which is kind of harkens back to the original Batman look back in the 40s, where he had just a big bat on his chest. And I think Frank Miller made it popular again in the mid 80s, and then they finally adapted the look towards the late 90s in the comic books, and the regular comic books. And pretty much now in the books, that's the symbol he wears again, as opposed to like the yellow oval that has the bat contained within it. Interesting story is that that whole chest symbol, the way it was, started in 1964 or thereabouts, and like I said, went up to the late 90s before they actually stopped using it in the comic books like that. That was done just to trademark that symbol, because DC Comics could not trademark this just a bat drawing. So what they did is they put it in yellow oval, and that was able to be trademarked. And that's a little tip-off for you there. I mean, in case you never knew that, a little trivia, I guess I should say. Of course, I guess now they've established that trademark, and every once in a while they'll put out something using that trademark or put the logo on the book, and that's sufficient enough, I guess. So I figure they just go back to the original look, kind of. That's also why he's wearing the pouch belt, like I said. I did that as opposed to the capsule belt, which is a common look for him too. Just recently in comic books, Jim Lee, a popular artist, had taken over Batman, and the sales have been really well with Jim Lee drawing the book. A real popular artist who helped start Image Comics and now is in charge of Wildstorm over at DC. Here I go, adding some of the final touches. I mean, I'm still finishing it up. I'm still doing the legs there, and did blackening the shorts, and gonna blacken in the cape here in a minute. Getting down to the final stretch here. I think it turned out better than the Wolverine one, but there's still a lot of things that if I had actually worked out in pencil, I probably wouldn't have done like I did there. I think it's a common curse for people who draw, artists or what have you, never to be completely satisfied with their own work. Even though I knew this was only going to be for, just for a quickie, just for fun, just for the quick draw segment. I knew it was going to be that way, but I still always want to try and do as good as I can within the time frame that I've allotted for myself. And so I'm always critical about what I do. But I feel if artist isn't critical, he probably wouldn't get any better. Let's see, there we go, blacken the cape. Whee! Instead of just basically I blackened the cape here, I went back and I tightened some of the areas. Kind of went over and just, like I'm doing right there with the face. Started to right there. Just went over there, and there you go, the finished product. And then thanks for watching this segment, Quick Draw, and please continue watching the next segment.